Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are finally gonna be getting into our game, and we're going straight into round number three. And hey, we are just looking to get into fixing things up for the Whitecrafter game, guys. That guy's a bat. That guy's nah, because I've been marshaling. So I've been marshaling a little bit, and I'll update for the guy. Whitecrafter, you move on already. Already, that guy has been uh, it's been whoever IGT's opponent is, it's not gonna happen. So can you just please update that, Mr. Admins? But guys, welcome. We're just kind of pulling double duty right now as marshals and as the casting same time. But my name is Daks, and joined with me today is going to be Mr. XtinC.
What's up, guys? Welcome me back.
Welcome back. We are here. We are now, and whoever, since a white crafter, whoever he is, about battle tag niya, just figure it out, Mr. Mizzle, because we need to start moving on further into the game. So far so good. We are starting things off with our bands and any kind of history actually between these two players, Mr. Extinct.
Um, Personally, I don't know Klaw, but I do know JackDReaper. Jack is one of the managers of um, Sea Games for StarCraft, and he has a lot of history in playing the game too.
Yeah, it really is. And we are looking now to get into our next bout, into our next match. And hey, it's a tough task to just get a little bit of the desync on, but we have to persevere. We are gonna be continuing on with all the games. We're starting things off with our bands. We're still not ready as of yet with everything that we have in the first place, but no worries, guys. We're gonna be getting into the game in just a bit. But before all that, big shouts again to our sponsors. We got ROG Internet Cafe as well as Block 101. These are major sponsors. They have been very, very supportive of the stream, of the tournament, of the community for so long already. ROG Internet Cafe, always providing solutions even during the times of quarantine. And meantime, Block 101 for all your favorite hobbies. You can check them out. All of the pages are linked with the command exclamation point sponsor. And of course, we have the community sponsors Pouchin, Ender, Bayagster, Style Cookie, as well as Raigeki. Something also to note, guys, is the giveaway here from Patchen Gaming. He will be giving away one bigger GK30 gaming keyboard. Type exclamation point giveaway to get started and submit your answers onto the page itself. And we'll be releasing our first question soon, maybe during this match. But anyway, guys, we are finally getting all of the other bands going on. Golden Wall, Pillars of Gold, apparently all banned out. And Mr. Extinct, it's a whole new map pool. Anything you want to take note coming into this new map pool? Anything you've noticed? Maybe seeing players in the ladder.
Uh, like I said, I just got back playing, so I don't really know about the maps yet. I just started playing yesterday, and I think for me, I still gonna ban Golden War.
Everyone bans Golden Wall. Golden Wall is a very very smiley face map. That's all I gotta say about it. It's pretty interesting, honestly, to see how that map is. And hey, we are getting all of our bans already. Ice and Chrome also get banned out. And for me, I think that this new map pool is a lot better than the old ones, especially the ones with our favorite map, Purity and Industry. This is a lot more refined. This is a lot more
Whoa!
fun to play,
No more
and
purity.
no more
Yes,
Purity. It's gone, Mr. Extinct. What did you hate about those Purity and Industry?
it's just a terrible map. Terrible map. Just one word, terrible. Well, everyone hates it. Even the pros hate it. No one plays that map.
No one plays that map.
If
That's true.
if you play that map, you're basically dumb.
I think it's one of those maps where you just have that pocket strategy out of nowhere that can really turn things around. And now we're just gonna be looking to go into our next game. Quickly, getting into the match itself, and we are gonna finally have our map picks and bans, and these are that Aura LE, Everdream LE, as well as Submarine LE. So a very aggressive map pool actually here, Mr. Extinct. It really goes to show that these guys just want to fight each other as much as possible. And any thoughts coming into this three map set?
Yeah, I think that aura is the map with the slow zones in the middle, if I recall. I remember playing it with Blazer the other day, and I remember that's the map with the slow. It's very annoying and can lead to strategic positionings.
Yeah, it really is. And we are going to be getting into the game in just a bit. It's finally time to get into the action. And of course, we'll be releasing our first question later on after this match. So we'll be starting things off with JackDReaper versus Klaw. It's Protoss versus Terran yet again. And it is high time to get into the action. This is our round 3 match going straight from round number 1 to round number 3. And it is going to be go time here and now between our two players. Who might the advantage here? Will it be the veteran set of JackDReaper? Will it be the new gun that is Klaw? I feel like though that this is gonna be a match to really behold as we move on into our first game. All I gotta say is though that Aura LE really is all about those speed zones in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know yet if this is a Terran favored map, but as far as I know, this is a Terran favored patch. So Terran's very strong on this patch. See what will happen.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening. I'm hearing reports that Klaw actually plays with Ender a bunch, which is really interesting. If that is the case, you know, having that experience against the best player in the PH scene, then all I gotta say is good luck to Jack if that is truly the case. But you know, it really is gonna be high time to prove the word, prove these players, prove this game as we are going to be getting into our third round already. This is round 3. We are just one round away from already going straight into round 4 and into the semifinals. And now it is time to get into the action. Let's move in to the game. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go yet again. It is now high time to get into the action, and well, introducing first on the top left, it is going to be our red Protoss Klaw. And his opponent, on the bottom right, it's our pink Terran, JackDReaper. So Mr. XtinC, here we go. Deathaura, Protoss versus Terran. What's something to note about this?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah, this is really the map with the slow zones. So I kind of think it's better for Terran because Terran can really kite well if he chooses his fights properly. But still, it depends on the Protoss if whether he will be baited on such tactics like that.
Yeah, this is all about it. And please, guys, stop bugging about Marshall stuff anymore. It is time to get to the casting, and it's time to get into the action. So, it's a barracks gonna be up on top. JackDReaper looking to set up that building already. SCB is doing all they can. Refinery gonna be there on the east side as well. And in the meantime, we are gonna get that gateway already from Klaw, looking to play low defensively with that building placement and try to just basically wall off under a retreat point there from any kind of units courtesy of our Terran player.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this time, Jack will be a little more decisive with his play because I remember last time he went up against Dion and he was really up ahead, but he didn't really capitalize that much on his lead. That's why it made a comeback. So I really hope this time Jack can play a little more aggressive and decisive.
Yeah, really is. But he's gonna be going for the natural already. JackDReaper trying to set things up. Klaw in the meantime going for the second base again. We already have the attempt. We already have the cybernetic score. And we'll see right now if it is gonna be that basic aggression there from Klaw. But you know, in this Terran versus Zerg gameplay, I'm really expecting some good air harassment here. It seems like the 1-1-1 is coming back into full force. Getting that earlier starport allows you to play the aggression with those air units. And it is, you know, it's still a Terran favored playstyle to go into the bio, but in all honesty, it really is just all about playing your compositions to the best degree. As the Reaper right now gets the scout on, while cancelled though by the 2 base push, and seems like he's gonna be heavy gateway units here, courtesy of Klaw.
Yeah, that's an early shield battery there for Klaw. That's a weird shield battery. Usually at this time you don't really need a shield battery over there. You rather have it on the front of the Nexus of the Natural for any early attack. So I think he's just trying to defend the possible air attack in the future.
And you know, just real quick, all I gotta say is you gotta up that mic, but in the meantime, There really is that new battery overcharge of making you very safe and secure. But I guess in terms of Claw's positioning right now with the buildings, he doesn't really need that shield battery on the main because it really is going to get protected in so many ways by just that building placement. JackDReaper though trying to penetrate will get caught out by Stalker already. That'll be the takedown there. And now it's time for Klaw to really secure the lines on that second base, as it's JDR going for the setup with the bunker. Interesting enough though, it's the mule right there, not really used to the best degree.
Did he saw the Twilight Council? Did Jack saw the Twilight
Yeah,
Council?
he knows the Twilight Council's up. He was able to scout that out a lot earlier on before anything else. Charge shot still coming our way. It might be that Sellout Archon push here, courtesy of Klaw, and it's gonna be very strong ground-based composition to really just cleave on in and get damage done.
Yeah, it's a charge. Usually at this time you get blinked, so you go for blink stars. I think he's gonna do a timing attack here with a lot of zealots and sentries. With that robe on the way, probably gonna be a fast warp prism.
I wouldn't be surprised to see all of that, but it is high time to get the robe facility, and it's gonna be a drop here from JDR. He loves playing the drop play. He knows how to really go for the micro with the medevac itself. And 4 Hellions on the inside, but what is going to be the plan here from JackDReaper? It seems like barracks are going to be in order, and we are going to get 3 racks before the starport. No, it's actually there, never mind. He gets the 3 racks before third base, rather, which means that he might be looking for a very strong timing attack when he gets that engineering bay and those upgrades up and running.
This is actually good for Jack, since he's going for charge, and since he's not going for a greedy fast third CC, he might be able to have a lot of units out when this time attack from Klaw hits.
And in any case, we will be getting into even more and more, as it's high time for those mules to just drop down. Robo Bay already here from Klaw, anticipating the bio. Drop gonna be into play though, onto the west side, and that is gonna be on southwest rather. These Hellions though, they're just running on in, trying to get to the natural. Stalkers gonna be getting in the way right there, and with the Stalkers on the other side, this is gonna be a one-way trip. But the Hellions getting some value. They get 2 probes. Will it be enough? 5 of them going down. It's very spicy here, Mr. XtinC. As 6 probes still down for the price of 4 Hellions. Not too bad, in all honesty. Pretty even on both sides, I believe.
I think he could have gotten more if he attacked the one with the plum probes. But still good harass here for JDR.
It's just making sure that mining time is gonna get hampered, and in all honesty, just the fact that the natural probes were forced to get pulled, it really will just be the time to basically force out any kind of that engagement. But JDR also saving that medevac, gonna be looking for a little bit more of that load play, and keep an eye out again on, well, this medevac, as it is just looking to float all the way to the other side again.
So it's gonna be a 2 base versus 2 base. This is gonna be interesting. Who will be pulled way ahead here?
In any case, here we go again to the west side. It is going to be JDR though, going to the north as well. But Observer's already into play. 2-prong drop play though, going to be coming in from both directions. What do you think here, XtinC? Will this be effective enough for JDR to take the lead?
Yeah, I think it can do decent damage, I think, if he able to focus farther down the probes. But right now, there's a lot of Claws out and a lot of Stalkers out already. With cannons on the mirror line, I don't think this can work that much. He's very defensed up. Claw is very defensed up. I gotta say that.
Yeah, Colossus is there as well, and in the meantime, we got the Thermal Lance already set and ready. And on the west side though, here we're going Marauders and the Marines. JDR trying to get as much micro as possible with the step back to boot. And Klaw right now, gonna be trying to shut that down. These Stalkers is good positioning so far. On the north side though, another drop. JDR really forcing the different kind of reactions here. But these small hit squads not really gonna amount to much because that Colossus is already saving that natural from disgrace.
Yeah, I wonder what's the transition here for JDR, because since he knows already there's a Colossus, pure bio that won't cut it. Pure bio won't cut it. This Colossus rips through bio so easily.
Really is. And hey, you know something to note, that Klaw did go for some 4 gases earlier. I really feel like he wanted to go for that Zealot Archon, but unfortunately was kind of forced out to go into the Colossus tech instead to allow himself a better chance against the Bio Ball. Now sure, the Archon has that splash damage, and if you play that High Templar really strong with the Side Storm, it's even better. But you know, you can be very stable with the Colossus. And now he's going for Blink Stalker. He's getting that Thermal Lance on third base right now, being up and running. On the meantime though, it's JackDReaper going down below instead, and making sure he has a good concave on the south side to defend himself as much as possible.
Yeah, this is a very very big bio ball with a lot of marauders. So this could be dicey for Klaw. But if you can be able to micro and defend properly with the Colossus, I think it can be fine. It really depends on the Claw here, whether this attack um succeeds or fail.
And there you go with the Archon from Klaw. Seems like Nade's gonna be into the cards. That splash damage adding up a little bit more. Stalker's gonna be there as well. Pretty much what you would expect from a Colossus play at the same time. But here comes more and more of those Zealots going for the charge on in. Perhaps really leading the charge there. Giving chase as much as possible. Good starter step though. Courtesy of JackDReaper. There we go right now with the force field to try and mitigate a little bit of that retreat. But overall, it's still a good hit there from JDR as he gets a few Zealots along the way.
Yeah, double medevac track there. What are you gonna do with this? You're gonna drop in the main and then attack on the front. So
Yeah, I
two
wouldn't be
front attack
surprised.
here.
Wouldn't be surprised. This is JDR's playstyle, going as much as possible to stay on the flanks to really distract his opponent. Make sure that that big bulk isn't there whatsoever, and that's something that JDR loves to really do, is to just basically confuse his opponent as much as possible, make sure that he isn't paying attention. And as we say that, it is going to be JDR right now sending things over. Observer though already in position to get a scout on. Cannons are there as well. Drop going to be onto the south side of this main base. And here comes the reaction. The Colossus doesn't need to get through to the ground. He will be going stride up on top. Cannon going to be still in position. Here comes the Zealots right now charging on. There we go with a load in. JDR kind of doesn't move him away. Loses one. Almost loses the second. But at the same time going for the frontal engagement. And JDR really doing all he can.
Focus fire that. There we go.
And Nexus, just shut that one down. And again, Mr. XtinC, feel free to increase your mic as much as possible because there we go, the Viking already. No real tanks though here from our Terran player. And this Fireball right now getting shut down because for Klaw, he just has so many strong units in the way.
Is my mic bad? Can't you hear me?
No, your mic was weak, but now it's a lot better, so no worries about that.
Ah, okay. I thought you were hearing the buzz sound again.
No.
I just
no.
basically
No
I need
worries.
to.
Yeah, don't worry
Anyway.
about it. But
JDR here is in a huge lead. Very huge lead. Look at the supply. It's 148 to 97. And yeah, I think he's gonna snowball for JDR. He's not messing around. He's not doing the same mistake he did previous tournament. That's good.
And JDR on the low ground floor in the meantime staying up on top. It's still the Stalkers and the Archon so trying to work together. Psionic Storm right now coming online here for Klaw as well. And from all that gas earlier on, it seems like it is whittling on down with these gas intensive units. And for Klaw, he needs to desperately get this third base so he can keep his gas income up and running.
This is bad. He doesn't have a single Colossus out. He only has Archons and Stalkers. This is very bad. There's not enough splash damage to destroy this Terran army.
Yeah, he's gonna need some huge storms and maybe Garden Shield to help him out to mitigate that damage. He is going for +2/+2 right now here for Klaw, getting that one Colossus again. But JDR knows that it's high time for him to go for the engagement. Split attack though, very interesting. Wants to go for the snipe against a High Templar in behind. Gets rid of one of those spellcasters there. Desperate to try and get that second, will do so. Good value. Getting rid of the Side Storm is absolutely huge. And this is even more and more infantry coming away from JDR.
Yeah, Storm just finished, so this might be a huge game changer. Let's see. But there's not enough High Templars for Storms. I don't think they have enough energy.
No, there's no time to get the High Templar right now to go for the clutch storms, but in the meantime, the Colossus is getting some flash damage into behind. Marauder base composition here on the eastern side, Marines on the west, and here we go with the concentration fire, pushing on forward with the concussive shots as much as possible. +2/+2 is already online here for JDR. He's trying to go with the upgrade advantage, but there we go, being beaten back by the Zealots and the Stalkers, but still the Archon quite low, and more infantry, more of the push, and this third base has gone down with 21 pros falling at the same time. Reinforcements still have a life. Stimpack is going to be into play. Starting to step right now. The Drake getting in the way. The charge lots will fall in the field better because the Stalkers aren't helping whatsoever. And the Blink Stalkers right now try to run on away yet again, but still JDR with a huge advantage.
Yeah, nice micro there. Nice split. Nice concave there for JDR. And this, I think Cross dead.
Yeah, this is dead. This is dead right here. Staring him in the face. JDR right now with a huge army lead with double the workers, really shutting everything down. And where did it all go wrong there for Klaw? When his High Templar got sniped while trying to get energy, that was pretty much just so. Not enough AoE. One Colossus does a lot, but still not gonna be enough. And these Marauders are very, very tanky. 3 of them so cost effective. Just runs into the field of adversity. And JDR, not only the drop play playing really, really well, but also the bio gameplay. And GG is called. JDR will take our first game in this sense.
That is some next level play there by JDR. He's microing 3 Marauders to kill that single Colossus. That's epic. That's epic.
That's a really good game. It felt like for JDR, he was just able to get the advantage so many times. And we are going to be getting into our next map in just a bit. We're also going to be asking for our question in just a bit. After the series, guys, we'll be releasing our first question in our 3-question giveaway. And that's going to be really, really exciting. Please, game heart, please. And yeah, we're going to be going into our next map. This should be more familiar with you, Mr. XtinC. And that one will be
Everdream.
Everdream, yes. Everdream LE. So yeah, Everdream. Talk about it to me real quick.
Everdream can be a very aggressive map, especially that rich gas. Rich gas means more tech, means more army supply. And this, I think that could be a very good advantage for the Protoss, especially they're very gas extensive units.
It really is. And hey, for Everdream, that high ground, very, very effective to say the least. Making sure that everything is all good in the hood, and it seems like we can get ready to go. Nope. I declined the game because it wasn't game art. I declined the game. So give me a second though. Well, if we are, so you do have to go for the lobby again. So don't worry about that, guys. And we're gonna be getting right now into Everdream LE. It really is gonna be a dream and a wish your heart makes. But they're on Deathaura. What do you think, XtinC? What's really the keys to the kingdom here for JDR?
I think what decides that game is that he was able to distract the main army with the drop, with the double medevac drop, and he was able to kill that third base. That third base was critical. He needs that gas. He needs that extra minerals to be able to defend that very strong push there by JDR. And after that, after he denied that, he didn't have enough Colossus. He didn't have enough units, and it just snowballed there for JDR.
It really was, and we are just looking to get into our next game, guys. So we'll stick around though. With there you go. Actually, never mind. We are finally into this. There's no game heart, but whatever. I don't really care anymore. It's time for Everdream for our next one, and let's just go into the game itself. JDR versus Klaw again. It's our second map coming into this one, and it's now hot time to get into our next match of the day. This is going to be Terran versus Protoss, and JDR really showing his worth in so many ways with those drops. Can he do it again here for Everdream? And from his history, I do remember that he really loves to play that bio in pretty much any shape and form.
Yeah, I mean, Bio really got a huge, nice buff this season, if I recall. Just like Terran just received a huge buff this patch, and they're very, very strong. And if you be able to macro up and control your units properly, you're gonna win a lot of games. And JackDReaper, he's doing it properly this game.
Yeah, he really is. He's doing all he can, and now it is now time to get into map number 2, Everdream LE. Gonna be our gameplay, gonna be our game itself, and it is gonna be a 1-point lead here for our Terran Parent. Let's move into the battlefield. Let's move into Everdream LE. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go again. Introducing first on the bottom left, it is gonna be our blue Protoss, Klaw, and his opponents. On the top right, it's our red Terran, one map ahead, and we're looking to do all he can. It is gonna be JDR in the lead. So yeah, Mr. XtinC, here we go. Barracks, supply depot, and pretty much standard stuff right now to start things off. Anything we're gonna be taking note for this game?
I have a question. Is JDR type of player who does cheeses like proxy 2 Rex, 3 Rex? Is he that type of player?
I haven't really seen it. It really is just all about him making sure that he can play to his standards as much as possible. In any case, though, it's our Protoss right now trying to get everything going. Gateway Assimilator going to be into play. Here we go right now with the barracks as well as the refinery as well. Some gas for both sides. It will be all about that Reaper versus whatever Gateway unit comes out from Klaw. Probably going to be a Stalker or the Adept.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make a cybernetic score first, then wait out for the cybernetic score to get an adept. Yep, that's right.
This and hey,
Core
here we go.
first, core Nexus, then adept.
And then Nexus again. Get those two bases up and running. Klaw right now gonna be looking to set up that second base a little earlier than JDR, but it's pretty much the same time. And Terran versus Protoss, you don't really need to stay on one base for very long. All you gotta do is make sure you can defend each other, you can defend your base against any kind of initial harassment. It's all about positioning, it's all about having those structures in the way in the first place. But here comes the supply depots right now. Look for a little bit more of the setup. Cybernetic score on the west side yet again. And Klaw in the meantime trying to bring up that pylon as much as possible.
Yeah, and early shield battery again for Klaw here. He really wants that defense up.
No, it's interesting because you don't have energy for battery overcharge anyway. He's using that for chrono boosting right now, so he won't be able to really use it too much, and he can really set it up onto the natural rather than this main base because of his positioning. So kinda counterintuitive that 100 minerals, but it's kinda just future proofing for him. It does mess up his build very minimally, but you know, every single time, every single second counts in every single build order.
Yeah, here's the good thing. He denied the Reaper Scout. He didn't saw this Twilight Council. So I hope this time Klaw can get a really good timing attack right now with that early Twilight. Let's hope.
Now we'll see how this all gonna pan out. Gateway Cancel gonna be into play. And this is going to be the same composition earlier on from Klaw. Wouldn't be surprised though if he does go for the charge lot, and that's exactly what he's doing. So again, it might be that charge lot Archon that doesn't really pan out for him. JackDReaper in the meantime, if he's able to get the same harassment on, I wouldn't be surprised to see the same result. Adepto already onto the natural side. SCP running away from the big scary lady. But in the meantime, get inside the bunker, go for the shots. This is going to be the natural under the rest, but basically this Adept has been cornered by everything else.
Yeah. I think this Adept gonna go out. No, never mind. He didn't micro it out.
That's on the west side there, and in the meantime, really giving chase as much as possible. SCP is trying to come back again to the natural on the other side, though. Here we go with more and more from the Protoss. And it really goes to show that neither side really doing all too much on both ends. The Adept is the only thing trying to do anything on the map. The Reaper gonna get that shut down eventually.
Is this the same build? He's gonna go for Hellion drop again? Yeah, Hellion drops.
I wouldn't be surprised he did get the 111 already. No attachment on that starport, which means that it's gonna be the medevac or the Viking, and in this case, it is time for the Hellion drop to get in behind. So, at least for Klaw, since he has the shield battery already set up, it will be very easy for him to hold the line with that battery overcharge if need be. Forge gonna be there as well, and we'll see right here, right now, if JackDReaper can get all the scouting information he wants, because here on Everstream, it's pretty obvious where that Reaper is gonna be coming from.
Yeah, he's been denying the scout pretty well. He doesn't know what sec is Klaw is right now. So this might be good for Klaw. I have a question for you, since you're a Protoss player. You're a Protoss player, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Versus Terran, would you rather face Hellion drop or Mine drop?
Well, it depends, because Mine Drop is a little easier to handle unless they have the armory. The Hellion Drop is just making sure that you can catch that. Depends on what kind of comp you have in the first place. You have you got like zealots and stuff like that, which you shouldn't have get against Terran. Mines are kind of easy to handle with the probe bait, but against Hellions you want to have those stalkers. It really depends on what you get, but I think for me, if you do go for a mine drop, I just have to make sure that mineral line is safer. Hellion drop though is more manageable in that way. So you know, it's tit for tat. It's really tit for tat. But JDR already tit for tat itself. Gonna be going for those twin engineering base, wants to get that +1/+1 up and gunning, and Stimpack already being a research at the same time. Wouldn't be surprised to see that timing attack from our Terran player by the 7-minute mark, and it might be high time for JDR to wash the floor against Klaw already.
I think there's a Hellion drop happened. I didn't know. He pulled this probe.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pull for the time being, and there's gonna be high time again to really get in position. What are the losses so far? 4 probes have gone down, but not really too much there, as the Hellions as well as the Medivac have both fallen at the same time. Robe though gonna be into play, Klaw gonna be going for that Colossus tech yet again, as he already has that Robo facility up and running. So it really is the same build, it's a deja vu coming into the second game.
This is a different build actually. He went for third base first before he get the Robo Bay. So
Oh,
this is a more ecological eco build.
Eco build. I
Yeah.
feel like it's very risky against, you know, that +1/+1. As soon as he gets the push on, it is going to be high time to really figure things out. But that's a good point. I didn't see it because of my screen, but yeah, on the west side, apparently there is that third base. A little earlier on the expansion means that he's going to have more income right for the Colossus, but in essence of all of this, it's not going to be a lot later to begin with.
I think the saving grace here is that his +1 ground armor is about to finish up, while the +1 weapon for JDR just started. So I think he will be able to up 1/1 upgrades when the turn attacks. Especially he has Chrono Boost. He can Chrono Boost that +1 out if he remembers it. Hello.
Yeah, it really is. And hey, it's now time for the Medivac to just fly on to the west side yet again, looking around to see how everything else is gonna be going on here. And then in the meantime, it's gonna be these zealots sprawling yet again. Eastern side though of the main base getting a drop yet again. A little bit of a flash there as JDR is shutting down any kind of buildings coming his way. This pylon though powering up that rover facility, but never mind, there's another one in behind apparently. A little bit of a bait and switch there. Klaw forcing those marauders to really focus fire and commit. And can the blink stalkers get the punish? Not gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah, that's a good defense there for Claw. But here comes another Medivac drop on the top, on the third base.
Anyway, in any case, that is just gonna be high time for the west side of those zealots again. JackDReaper though, more and more of these mules, and this is the gold to diamond bracket, so really you aren't gonna get to see the most optimal play so far, guys. This isn't, you know, our GSLs, ESLs kind of thing. It is just gonna be looking to really bring in who is the best of the best in the local scene. Supply depots though are set, refinery gonna be built again. Twin refineries right now, it seems like JDR going for a little bit more of gas. Might be going into Ghost Tech later on into this match. But our +1/+1 is finally done. Armory gonna be there as well to potentially reinforce with some Widow Mines. Hard supply block though for JDR, has to be more careful with his unit composition and counts.
Yeah, he's been microing so heavily with this two Medivac drop. He slipped up his macro just a tiny bit. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and something to note also, Klaw not really paying attention to his main base, only one probe on each gas, which is really interesting. That will hurt his income by a significant margin because you only have 2 of those geysers per base, and if you're not using them to the best degree, you're not going to be able to get those Colossi as quick as you want. You're not going to be able to get those high temp, those Archons. You need to really have a little bit more in that forefront. But Zealot right now is going to get warped in again. And you can see for Klaw, he needs to get these minerals used up because he doesn't really have the gas to face off against this bigger clump.
Okay, here's the deal. It's 1/1 against 1/1 upgrade, so it will depend on the micro ability of the players here.
Yeah, but I think that Colossus can make a difference because of this choke point here on Evergreen. But in the meantime, the charge out's already just marching on in. Will basically be start a step away with Infinity Viking punishing. Can he actually get the kill on the Colossus? Yes, they do. That's a huge one there. And this opens things up for JackDReaper to get this base pretty much spore free with that giraffe going down. That's easy tidings there. Here we go right now with the next point going down. The Nexus, and as well as those Zealots really trying all they can.
Vikings are MVP.
And those Vikings really shutting down that Colossus yet again there, Mr. XtinC. JDR right now stepping his way to victory. And this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Overwhelming odds in the face of that Protoss, and GG is called. JackDReaper moves on to the next round.
Vikings are MVP, man. Those Vikings were MVP that game.
Yeah, the Vikings found this Colossi, really giving chase as much as possible. And that was basically the show there. Catching out that Colossus, and something really to note was that gas intake. Not enough AoE damage, not enough, well, higher tiers of tech. And really unfortunate there for our Protoss player, because it seems like he could keep up at the start. He tried to play it economically this time, but if he's not really using his econ to the best degree, that's where it kind of falls apart. And it just doesn't matter, right? If he has that third base, what do? Build more Zealots, which you really don't do anything after that initial charge.
Yeah, with that, a lot of Marauders, you really want to have more tier 2 units. So Marines and Marauders, Zealots and Stalkers really don't cut it. He
That's
needs
highly
those. He needs those Immortals. He needs those Archons. He needs those Colossus right away.
really is, and that's highly unfortunate. So we are basically, guys, coming into a close here for our match, and Jack the Reaper taking that 2-0 victory, winning things out on Deathaura, now winning things out on Everdream. So we'll quickly just look at our map recap real quick as well. We'll see what could have been. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Deathaura, Everdream, both won out by our Terran players. Same style with the bio. It feels like even if the upgrade count is kind of similar, JackDReaper just has overwhelming odds, and that is due in parts to a little bit of the slip-ups there from the Protoss. But for JDR, he's just making sure that these things are in position. And when he does get into a natural choke, he really executes very quickly. Like a while ago in that last clash in Everdream, I really felt like if that Colossus could have been in position properly, that could have cooked up a lot of those units, but at the same time, JDR already anticipating it, set up those Vikings, giving chase, and for some reason, actually getting the catch onto that last Colossus there standing. But hey, it seems like
Yeah,
this is gonna be time for us to move
that's
into our next match. What's up, Mr. XtinC? Anything you want to add real quick?
yeah. I think JDR just played perfectly that match. His macro is on point. He's even though Klaw had been able to deny the scouting, his build is just too strong for Claw, and it just snowballed right away. Especially those two double medevac trap. It really delayed the income of Claw. He wasn't able to saturate the third base enough, and it messed up the saturation of the main base. He doesn't have enough probes on the gas, and I
Yeah,
think
but
that's really a game changer there for JDR.
really kind of just crippled him there, and JDR making sure that things are out position with those drops. But in any way, and in any case, it is high time for us to move on to our next bout. But before we get into that, it is time for our first question, ladies and gentlemen. And this one's going to be very easy because of how our promo works. So you should be able to answer this very simply. But here we go with our first question. And that is going to be, what is the complete product name of the gaming keyboard? So the funny thing is, we just have a proper promo image of it, so you should be able to see it on your screen. And it's basically a formality question by this point. We still have two questions for you guys later on, but this is our first question. Again, what is the complete product name of the gaming keyboard? What is the complete product name of the gaming keyboard? I think we should just consider just the product name itself. No need for the brand or anything. I'm not too sure with Mr. Mizzle, but I think that should be fine and dandy. It's a small little technicality, and that you should be listing that one down for our gaming keyboard giveaway, which will be continuing on into the night, into the day, into our later matches for the SCPH quarantine tournament. So we'll stick on the screen for just a little bit more. And XtinC, if you could win a keyboard, what would be the first thing you would do with it?
Play StarCraft.
Nice. Really, I would just like try to click all the buttons and see which ones click louder. But play StarCraft's a good answer too. But
Uh,
will you do the keyboard only, no mouse gameplay?
can you do that?
Can you do that? Can you even do that? You have to
Can
bind
you
left
even
click.
can you even do that? I mean, how
Yeah,
would you attack? How would you one A?
yeah. You have to. No, it's basically all army. That's it. That's all you do, and and you have to rebind
You
your right click. You have to rebind your right click to something else on the keyboard. If
you
you can
can't
do
even
that,
you can't even move your army.
no, if you can do that, then you are gonna be my idol already. But there you go, guys. That's our first question, and that is gonna be enough of that screen. Again, pro tip, because since we are on Twitch, just use that videos tab up on top to get back to the question if you need it. And hey, this has been the SCPH quarantine tournament. Big shots again to our sponsors, ROG Internet Cafe, Block 101, as well as Pouchin and their Bayagster Style Cookie, as well as Raigeki. This has been brought to you by DLS Missile as well as Daks, and you are tuning on into the SCPH Quarantine Tournament. We'll be right back. We'll be getting into our next round in just a bit. Stay tuned, stick around. This is your local tournament for the Gold to Diamond bracket.